You're watching Las Vegas 1. News and information 24/7.
This week on In Business Las Vegas, Station Casino succumbs to hard times with a bankruptcy plan. Plus, Steve Wynn cuts back in order to avoid layoffs. And job seniority isn't what it used to be. We'll tell you about it. In Business Las Vegas is next.
Now from Las Vegas 1, this is In Business Las Vegas.
Welcome to this edition of In Business Las Vegas, your source for the top business news of the week from the resources of the Las Vegas Sun, Channel 8 Eyewitness News, and In Business Las Vegas. Let's take a look at our top stories. Station Casinos is looking to restructure its debt. The company says it will offer secured notes and cash to investors. That's in exchange for $2.3 billion of existing bonds. Co-owners, the Fertitta family and Colony Capital, have also agreed to invest up to $244 million into the company and may file for bankruptcy if bondholders agree to the plan. The co-owners assumed about $3.3 billion of debt when they took Station Casinos private last year. Station missed a $14.6 million interest payment on that debt this week. Despite the company's financial struggles, Deutsche Bank gaming analyst Bill Lerner predicts brighter days ahead.
I think once the debt story is resolved, which is about to happen, I think, we'll see a resumption of health at that company. And, it's still an amazing story. I think it's a great management team. Just, too much debt, which isn't so different than a lot of the other companies.
The restructuring does not affect Aliante Station or Green Valley Ranch. They are both held in a separate company in which Stations is partnered with the Greenspun Corporation. The Greenspun family is also a co-owner of this cable channel. Station Casinos is not alone. Wynn Resorts announced this week it's cutting pay and hours for its employees. That's in order to avoid layoffs. In Business Las Vegas anchor Jeff Gillen has that story.
Basically, we are a company that hasn't had any layoffs, and we're proud of that.
In order to keep that track record going, in the face of a downturn that keeps on going, Steve Wynn Tuesday took steps he's never done before to save his company between $75 and $100 million a year.
And so in order to avoid layoffs and to keep everybody on wages and insurance, we go to shorter work weeks, we go to 10 or 15% salary reductions. We eliminate 401k matching. We eliminate arbitrary bonuses. All those adjustments are being made. In effect, everybody makes a little less money, but everybody keeps their jobs.
The cutbacks affect Wynn's Las Vegas workforce of 13,500 workers. In a conference call Tuesday, Wynn says he did not have the luxury of cutting expenses sooner, given the expense of opening his new $2.3 billion resort Encore in December. Wynn says he has a balance sheet that can ride out a recession, with $1 billion cash on hand and only $375 million in debt coming due in the next 2 years. Still, even Wynn admits he's in uncharted territory.
When there's a loss of consumer confidence like this, people behave in ways that are new to us. I'm less confident about predicting the behavior of our clientele than I ever have been before.
That was In Business Las Vegas anchor Jeff Gillen reporting. MGM Mirage heard some bad news from two Wall Street investment houses this week. Analysts from Moody's Investor Service and Citi Investment Research both downgraded their outlooks for the gaming company. Moody's cited MGM Mirage's inability to raise enough money for its City Center project. Citi, meanwhile, pointed to soft sales on City Center condos. Some publicly traded gaming companies posted double-digit gains in January. Boyd Gaming saw the largest increase, with stock prices climbing nearly 14%. International Game Technology and Pinnacle Entertainment also had solid showings last month. Wynn Resorts had the largest drop, followed by MGM Mirage and Penn National Gaming. Slot maker Bally Technologies is reporting its most profitable quarter in company history. Bally's generated net income of $33.6 million in the second quarter. That's an increase of 37% from the year before. Company representatives credit higher sales prices for its slot machines, despite selling fewer of them to casinos around the world. And joining me now to talk about these developments in the gaming industry, in business gaming reporter Rick Vallata. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Dana.
The big news that has everyone talking, of course, is this announcement from Station Casinos. Was this a surprise, or did you know this was coming?
Well, I think a lot of people who follow the financial end of things saw it coming, but I think it kind of took a lot of people in the community by surprise because they see Station as this master at doing the locals gaming market. They do a pretty good job with it because they've got all these different properties all over the city, and so I think some people were kind of taken aback by when they heard that this whole proposal to enter into an agreement with their bondholders was out there.
You know, even when people have said Las Vegas is recession-proof, but even when hotels have suffered in the past, Station Casinos somehow has seemed to weather the storm, always kept that strong locals market. Is this really a sign of how bad things are? Oh,
definitely. I mean, things are hard for not just Station, but most of the gaming industry in general. When you're seeing things like pay cutbacks at Wynn, I mean, that's a very strong company as well. When you see this prepackaged bankruptcy proposal by Station out there, that's an indication that things are not what they have been in the past. And I think that the notion that this is a recession-proof economy, I think that's gone out the window, and a lot of people know that now.
Right, this is sort of a sign of things to come. Do you think that Stations, is this going to affect their employment picture? Are we going to see layoffs at their hotels?
It's kind of, everything that we've heard so far is that no, that won't be the case on this. A lot of what this prepackaged restructuring is just to change the covenants, the deals that they have with the bondholders. Right now, liquidity is not the problem. That they have plenty of, and in fact, they're incenting the deal by putting some cash into the offering to the bondholders. So right now, I don't think that cash is a problem, and I don't think that layoffs are in the immediate future.
I know the bondholders rejected an offer in December. If this offer is also rejected, what's the difference between a prepackaged bankruptcy and then what they might be forced into?
Well, that is when some of the decisions are made by other people. I mean, the judge is going to have the final say on these things. When you have a prepackaged bankruptcy, you put that in, and everybody pretty much is in agreement when it goes in to the judge. Now, if you take it the other way, if they reject that plan, you've got a lot of different factors that could happen. There could be some decisions made on separating some properties from the company. There could be some decisions on layoffs. There could be some decisions on other money-saving opportunities that would be out there. But with this, they pretty much have the plan set up and say, this is how it would work. We are going to share some of the pain with you, bondholders, and then, of course, the Fertitta family themselves will be sharing some of the pain, too.
Now, if the Fertittas are putting in money now and this turns out and the bondholders accept this agreement, is there a possibility that this might be a blessing in disguise for them, that they may actually get more control of their company back at a lesser cost?
That would be some of it, and of course that wasn't the end goal. And was it now a year and a half ago when they started talking about this private equity deal that they entered into to take the company private? That wasn't even, this wasn't even foreseen in any way. Obviously, they wouldn't have even made that deal if they would have known the economy was going to be this bad. But yeah, the end result could be more control, and it could be a stronger company, and certainly it's going to help save the bottom line for the corporation.
All right, Rick Vallata, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Dana.
Clark County is ordering an independent review of the towers at City Center. The county wants assurances the towers are structurally sound. Last month, MGM Mirage scrapped 200 condos planned for the Harmon after inspectors found structural defects in the steel construction. The private inspector hired by the MGM Mirage repeatedly missed the problems. Now the county wants to make sure no other defects have been overlooked. And when In Business Las Vegas comes back, the Senate passes a measure experts hope will spur home buying. We'll tell you about it. Plus, is vacant or furnished best when it comes to closing the deal? We'll tell you about a new approach to home staging when we come back.